What's good, man? It's your boy Form, aka Two Me's, bringing you another Madden head-to-head rank match. I'm using them Seahawks, and my boy Sparty Rules is using them Lions. So I was in a party playing some Blackout with my guys, and we've had this conversation a few times. And the conversation is, has the Madden community become toxic? And we get on this conversation because I'll be in a party and just random guys will pop into the party asking to play or just talking random trash and etc. And that happens because I think currently I'm number 8 on the leaderboards. And I'm on a 26 game win streak. And I've run off some pretty long win streaks this year. Just last week I was on a 36 game. I've run off a few 30s. And so people are gonna message you. They want games, they want tips, which I'm fine with. You can get all the tips you want. But it's just the people who get upset that you won't play them or that you don't really have the time to play them. And that's when the toxic aspect of Madden comes into play. I can only imagine big YouTubers like my boy TD, the iMavericks, the Problems, and the type of messages they run into. And I think that's part of what makes Madden toxic is that along with the access to YouTube and ebooks. Because if everybody can purchase those things and automatically become good. Those days of having a lab, putting in long hours, those have long since passed. You can pay, I don't know where ebooks really go for, but you can pay $20 and automatically be on the same level scheme wise with a problem or a skimbo, or if you're talking about head to head ranks, it's Black Rain, guys like me, Tatted Niner. And I think that's where the toxicity has started to come in to Madden. Because I remember Madden 12 and 13, I'd never heard of an ebook. Madden 13, I was actually really good. I hadn't cracked the top 1,000 yet. I was right outside the top 1,000. But I was playing in the Kansas City tight formation. Caught him with the cover 3 beater right there, baby. If I see one high safety, I know it's cover 3. I'm taking the top off with Metcalf. But I was in Kansas City and I'm playing a guy, and this dude, I think it was the first time I ran into a guy named Addy Cards. A lot of y'all, if y'all not vets, yickums, give me that. My guy Griffin, aka Nubby, out here snagging for me. But yeah, it was a guy named Addy Cards, and if you're not really a Madden vet, you're not really gonna know Addy Cards. But Addy Cards was a straight beast, and I ran into him in a rank game. And when I tell you, he said in the DT coming through free on A gaps, he got dual edge heat. He used to run with the Niners. I know one time the coach screamed at me off the sideline, tackled me for like an 8-yard loss. And so after that game, I'm like, God damn, what happened? So I go on the internet and I type in Madden 13 D tackle comes free, and Nanos popped up. At the time, I had no clue what Nanos, money plays, or none of that was. God, I'm so stupid for not sliding right there. And so it pops up. So I'm like, okay, so this is how he was doing it. So what I did was, at the time, I was watching I had just gotten to a streamer called iMath, and this is back when Math used to cuss and everything. I should have been a pick. So he had a ebook out called the Debo Defense, and I bought the Debo Defense. Now I didn't use the Debo Defense because what I wanted was to just get an understanding of the concepts of how people set up these blitzes. So I went through the Debo Defense. I read, I picked at it. I was real meticulous. And then when I figured out about re-blitzing, sliding the line, crashing up, crashing down, sitting guys in gaps, etc., I took that and I went into practice mode. I think back then Math was in nickel strong, sending crazy heat. But I've always been a 4-3 guy. So I went to 4-3 under, which is what I'm still in to this day, and I labbed up heat. And man, I had edge heat, dual edge. At the time, that was really all I got because I didn't delve that high like into it as I should have. So I used that, and it literally took my game to another level. I want to say that year I finished right outside the top 1,000. And then I took that into Madden 25, and in Madden 25, I finished, I want to say, right inside of the top 1,000, actually inside the top 500. And that was a huge help to me. And what I did is I kept building off that. I kept building my scheme, finding heat. Oh, give me that. If you win cover two, I got to play for that too. I'm going to take that top off on that deep corner route, man. This offense, this New Orleans offense, we got a lot. It has a lot of layers to it. I can play any coverage. I can dot any coverage. But this guy had really good run D, so I was not able to run the ball like I want to. But back to my story. Madden 15 is where everything took off. I was in 4-3 under, and I was in a play called FS Fire. And out of that one play, I was able to get A gaps, B gaps, edge heat, dual edge, and then that Madden, I want to say I had 4 accounts in the top 100 and 2 of them in like the top 10. And that's when I realized, yo, I could really, really play Madden. Even though I never did the YouTube because I was working and everything, but it's just then I realized, hey, I can actually really play this game. And that was always my mentality of playing Madden. I didn't want to run what everybody else was running. I wanted to take my own thing and just build on it. And I think that's what the community is missing. A lot of these guys, and a lot of reason why the community is toxic, because a lot of guys don't work on their own offense. They just take what someone else is running, bag him up. I shouldn't have left that route. I don't know how that wasn't a touchdown, but we'll take that. Force him to 4th and goal right here, and we need to stand. I'm sitting on all hitches, and I send my spy right there. Bag him up. Huge stop. But, yeah, again, I just feel like guys would be a lot better and a lot more satisfied with themselves as Madden players and competitors if they took their own schemes and build upon them. And I think that's what I want to establish with my YouTube channel is you don't have to run the metas. You don't have to run the 3-4 odds and the nickel over G's and the bunches and the trips. You can run your own thing and be just as good if you put the work into it. And I got other guys that I'm cool with, like Black Rain. I've done a few videos with TD Barrett and other guys I've discussed this with. And I feel like there's a whole group of guys, sim guys, who want to learn how to play like comp players, but they don't want the YouTube aspect. And I feel like I can bring that to a lot of guys. Right here was huge. I caught him on his safety, and I was waiting for him to play that corner route. And when he played that corner route, I put my guy on the streak, and I was able to hit him up the seams. But I feel like this Madden is something I can bring to the community, and it's that ability for guys to be able to build their own schemes and be good with their own schemes. And I feel like if we're able to do that, then you can take some of the toxicness out of Madden because it'll put guys on level playing fields and guys won't feel they're as good as someone else just because they have that scheme. Yiggums! I take that, maybe. My boy Nubby coming through with the pick 6. I want to say right here, this guy quits out. And it's going to take you guys where you can see my record and my win streak. But again, man, that's more so what I want for you guys is to be able to build your own schemes on top of them and just be better Madden players without having to spend that money and relying on what someone else does. So again, man, it's your boy Forum 2 Meats bringing y'all another gameplay. I'll be back with you guys tomorrow. Drop down in the comments, man, what you running and what's your weaknesses in Madden. And